Hello Pioneers, I hope you're well. My name is Ben, and this is the Satisfactory Plus mod for the game Satisfactory. On the last episode, we built this facade around our power plant. We built 2 more modules on the inside there, though I haven't hooked them up yet to water, because that sounded like too much work. And we also got messing with hydrochloric acid and cleaning our ores. And on this episode, we're planning to get sluggy with it as soon as we launch off this payload and get access to expert conveyor belts. We've unlocked conveyor belt Mark IV, transporting up to 480 resources per minute, just like in vanilla. Also, not annoyingly, it's an automation game, okay, but you can't hand make these, it seems, looking in the belt here. But in the wiki here, it gives us, in a manufacturer, the recipe is 4 encased industrial beams, 10 solder rods, 4 conveyor belts, and plastic. I think it's time to automate this then. I've just been doing conveyor belts by hands this whole playthrough. The simple conveyor belts, it's not that hard to hand make them, which I think is why I haven't done it, even though it's annoying. I'd run out, have to run, gather up the materials, and then I would just, start handcrafting them and go grab a soda or something like that. So definitely coming up soon, we are going to work on automating these advanced conveyor belts. But first, we're going to do some farming. I can't believe it's taken me this long to go back. Somebody warned me that getting into the farming is going to take a lot of power, so I kind of hesitated to do it. We do have a ton of power now, though. Yeah, we've got a capacity of almost 17,000 megawatts, and we're only using just over 8,000. Actually, we're only using 4,000, but our max consumption is just over 8,000. So we have tons of room in our power grid for this. And yeah, so it's time. And I'm very, very excited. Let's build a composter. First things first. Alright, and now we're going to make... What are we going to make? What is this? Tons of compost. Okay, we'll make blue slug slime. Alright, we're getting low energized slug slime. 15 per minute. Okay. Fluid conditioner. Okay, the fluid conditioner will take in the low energy slug slime. And it needs quartz crystals inside. And this should make the power shard crystals. Yes, there it goes. Easy. I love it. I love it so much. Now these things are cool because they are consumed in the Xenobasher recipe, so I'll finally get some improved weaponry, and the low energy modules. So we're finally going to be able to increase the production rate of our miners. Of course I need more tin plates. Tin plates have been the bane of my existence for the last few weeks, so I think it's time to redo... I think it's time I really should take the time and redo the tin factory. But I'm not going to. Not because I'm dumb, not because I'm stubborn, but because today we're playing farmer. Okay, just to kind of walk through and refresh my own memory, we have the dirt node, which goes into the seed extractor, which puts out the seeds into the farming platform, which outputs the crops, which we're going to turn into food. The food is going to go into the terrarium to feed breeding pairs of slugs, which are going to lay eggs. Go into the hatchery to lay slugs. And then we'll use the slugs in the composter and we'll breed the next tier as we go. What we need to do is find a place for this farm. This is going to be too cramped. I need to start giving myself more room for these builds. So I think we're going to head east into the desert. Then we're going to set up some trains to pick up 2 each of the dirt types of nodes, 3 each maybe. I haven't really decided yet. I think maybe I'll start with 2 We'll get 2 of each dirt node, and then every other dirt node in the area we're going to grind up into sand and bring into the city as well, because it's an often used filtration material. Okay, so Cryotech Industries is being shut down. At least the import of raw goods is being shut down for a little while. I'm going to continue over, run and get some quick wire, and I want to show you this cool blueprint that I found on the SCIM. SCIM. Alright, let's get inside here and tear something up. Alright, let's go down actually down to this level. Alright, I don't remember how big this thing is, so I'm just going to tear this whole section out so I can see very clearly what we're dealing with. Alright, so here's the blueprint. I think I've got it lined up as best as I can. Look how much better this is than my previous, just very square and plain. Okay, yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this out and replicate this, not as a blueprint. I want to zoop all of these parts. I've got this center part. It's really cool overlap. Really dig it. I'll try to find the link to the blueprint, and then you guys can check it out as well, and I can give proper credit to the creator. Okay, this looks like it's yeah, so this is railing with the crossing on both sides. Wonder about the crossing. If the straight would look good, because then I don't have to do as much work. Let's take a look at that. I like that even better. Alright, we're going to do catwalk crossing there. We're going to do catwalk crossing there. Catwalk crossing there. There, and now I've got the lights emulated. Okay, great. I'm going to finish this off and then tear out this example one. And then, yeah, we'll see what we have. Okay. Wow. That took forever. It was exhausting. Oh, jeez. And I just noticed that I need to color these all asphalt. I'm gonna get back to this later. I need a break from this, although I do want to utilize it. Anyway, let's head back up and find a good spot for our new farm factory. Okay, so there's Cryotech. Here's the butt end of Ferrum. So those are all in this north-south corridor, this block. So I want to move out to a further, like a new block. And I think, yeah. So that's road level. Right, like this. Yeah, so I think this is fine. Either right here to the south side of this intersection or on the north side of the intersection. Yeah, let's do the north side. So here it is. Here is the future site. We need a cool name. Bed Farms. TM. That'll be a placeholder. So we're going to bring all the dirt types in with trains. But I'm trying to decide if I want to peel off the subway and have an underground train station to bring the dirt in, or if I want to peel the train off, bring it to an above ground station, and then have it go back underground. I don't think it matters. It's just going to be part of the design, right? It shouldn't functionally matter too much. Let me see how it'll work to peel off a line. Okay, so we're down on the subway. Yeah, this should work okay. Oh no. Something didn't line up on the... Oh man. Look at this. And this didn't line up. I made a horrible mistake. Alright, this is what I have so far. I'm gonna peel the train off and then curve it up somewhere over there until it gets to ground level. Then we'll make a big train station warehouse over there, and then we'll bring the train line back down to the top of this, and then cross over, and then paths down, and then get back on that direction, the southbound line. And it's going to be very, very cool. Okay, so the train is going to come off the subway system and right up to here. And I think we'll build the train station somewhere right here. I want this to look more like a complex, not a single building, but more of a farming company's like food production monopoly type. I don't know what. But I've got in mind a lot of white and glass and steel and stuff like that. I also realized there are dirt nodes down here. So we have bog earth. So we actually probably don't need to bring bog earth in via train. We could just use the bog earth that's here. Okay, there's a fourth one. Okay, that sounds good. So let's use these 4, and then we'll use 4 nodes each to fill 2 train cars. So we'll use 1 train station, 4 freight platforms. We'll have 2 nodes filling each single train station, and then that should be plenty, I assume. And if it's not, we can always fix it pretty easily later. Okay, so we'll start with a train station, and then try a freight platform. 2 of them, 3 of them, and 4 of them. Alright, give us some platform to work with. And now we can extract all of the dirt right here. Alright, let's put down a road barrier so we can get a wall in the halfway mark here. I think that'll look pretty cool. And the way this is structured, we can have the wall bisect and have all these ports on the outside. I think that'll be pretty cool. Let's try it. Could always delete all of this later. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of plain. But I think as a wall, as part of an interior wall of a building, it's pretty cool. Bed farms. Receiving. Amazingly creative. Seriously, help me. I'm out of ideas. Okay, before I use all the parts that I've dedicated for it, let's get a locomotive in there. Okay, now we're ready for a Bed Farms company name logo to go on the trains. Okay, so the modular miner with the steel mining head produces 120 per minute each, so it's 480 per minute total since we're doing 4 nodes each. That's an insane amount. That's just an absolutely insane number. But let's do it. We haven't been building large yet. Let's build large. Now let's think about seed extractors. Let's think about seeds instead. Okay, and just again to refresh our memories, for every single seed type, for example, apple seed here, so 30 a minute of bog earth makes 30 a minute of each of the seed types. The same thing with peat soil and these seeds, and the same thing with dirt and these seeds. So it's all 30 to 30. So 480 divided by 30 is 16, and we need that for 3 different dirt types. Let's start with just 16 seed extractors for a single type. And I'm not sure how I want to focus them. I'm sure at some point we'll be stacking them. I don't know, let's just play around and see. See how that even looks. And if this is a cool angle for the building. Yeah, it's okay, I think. Alright, let's leave a little bit of room in here so it can feel nice and filled up and not too claustrophobic. Alright, so we've got 2 partial foundations between each one. So 1, 2. 1, 2. And 16. Okay, nice. I'm pleased with the size of this. I wanted this complex to look and feel huge. And I think it's going to already, just based on the size of these 1/3 of the seed extractors we need. Alright, let's run the train line, well, just to there. Yeah, that should be fine. Something like that. Alright, yeah. I don't love that. See if we can go just a little bit further. Yeah, that's perfect. There we go. Yeah, I like that pretty well. There. We'll replace the walls when we're ready to make this look pretty again. But that gets us our output, or our outbound train. Autosave. That gets our outbound train back in the right direction. We're gonna move 2 seed extractors down to the other end here. The sheer number of machines here is very intimidating. And what I always do is manifold them off, manifold them back in, and run single lines. So I think this time, for the sake of the design, I'm gonna try something brand new. And I'm going to use Mark 1 belts, because also I have those plenty. And I'm gonna run it kind of far. I don't have a lot of just belts running around. So I'm going to try something new and just see what I come up with. And honestly, if you're seeing this, I'm probably going to come up with something I like, because if I don't, I'll probably tear it all out and cut this part. So, you know, there's that. Okay, I tried adding a little bit of trim underneath it, and I like the look of this a lot. So let's take it all the way out. And what I'm sort of envisioning now are towers over here of each one, because look at the sheer number of these, right? So get this, it's 16 seed extractors for each seed type, right? So here, bog earth, 30 per minute. So we have 480 bog earth divided into 16 seed extractors. So 480 bog earth gets us 480 each of flower, apple, Morelia, cotton. The flower seed gets consumed in the flower plot, 10 per minute to make 10 per minute flower petals. So again, it's 480 flower seeds turn into 480 flower petals per minute. Okay, easy peasy. These are done in a flower plot, 10 per minute, which means that I need 48 flower plots, 12 total farming platforms. And then I think with this little extension here, after I'm done laying all the pipes, so with this extension and this support right here, after I'm done laying all the belt work, I'm gonna delete all of these foundations and then have a little indentation down so they're kind of floating. So then I'll have 16 seed extractors They're 16 above them, 16 above those, all running these lines out over here past the train station. It gets us 4, 8, and 11 different types of crops. I don't know, I'm just trying to make something up as I go. Hope it works out. Except these all need to be Mark II belts. I can't use Mark I belts, so that was a little oversight. I'm glad I realized it now so I can correct it. Okay, I've had a second story up there and gotten all the belts run. Now I'm running these supports before I go up and place the seed extractors on the second story. And I got a little system here where I go with those two there, and then I've got to go 40. It's working pretty well. Oh my god, this is tedious. I don't know why I insist on making builds like this. I should just build floating platforms and everybody would be happy. Yeah, but I got the 16 here. The output's belted out to here. I haven't placed the floor yet because I'm using it. I did do a floor up there and then deleted it, and then I built the floor on the third floor. And I got the floor holes, so now I'm just belting up the inputs. And then I have to do the outputs, these same things, up there, and then delete that floor, which itself takes forever. It's so fun. It is fun. I mean, I'm having a good time. I'm not filming that much because it's so tedious, and if I turn off the camera, I can just blast my music and build. So anyway, I'll be back after I finish all that up. Okay, now it's time to run power lines to the machines, and I want the power outlet to be right on the machine because these seed extractors don't allow daisy chaining, as you'll see right there. All right, so the way I want to do it, you can either put down a pillar and put a pillar down horizontally and slide a wall to get it where you want. Or I think what I'm going to do is put the outlet on the top of this. So let's take any of these things, like a small concrete pillar. And yeah, okay, that's just about centered. All right, and then we're gonna put our eye level about where we want it. Yeah. All right, that was kind of stupid. I should have tested first before I put all of my marbles in one basket. But I'm confident it's gonna work. Yeah. See? And so now I should be able to run power from here to there. And it clips ever so slightly, which I don't love, but it's so minor that I think I'm gonna be okay with it. Just for the super easy routing of the power lines that this is gonna give us. Yep, this is it. I'm gonna wire up all 3 floors of machines. Now, when it comes to belting, we're going to need to make use of smart splitters, like these. And so what I'm going to do on each one of these lines is separate out the wheat and carrot from the potato and corn. So to do that, we're going to send wheat to the left, carrot forward on this one, and then to the right will be overflow, which in this case will be the corn and potato seeds. And then in this one, we're going to output the potato seeds and the corn seeds. And then I think I'm going to bring it all to the center. So I'm going to run belts. Yeah, let's do that. Let's run the belts to the center. So we'll be able to output each of these to mergers. Put them on the belts. We have 16 total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here is the middle one, which makes this the very center. Yeah, so anyway, we'll bring all the belts together right here, and then we'll send them this way. And we'll do that on every floor. and then we'll peel off and start, yeah, doing the seeds, I guess. Sorry, I mean the crops. I think now would be a good time to use a blueprint. So let's see. Yeah. Just like that. Smart splitter. The left one was wheat seed. What's this one? Carrot, I think. Overflow. And then the left is going to be corn and potato. So this is really annoying. It wants to stack the mergers here. I don't think I've ever run such a stack. So you'll see if you do it like that, it's not on the belt. And so I can select the whole belt. You gotta make sure you point at the belt. Point at the belt. That's good enough for me. Just a test. Yeah. Excellent. And so here's the center piece. And we're gonna bring all the seeds here together. The blueprint needs a modification, although I'm not going to I'm just gonna change it by hand. This needs to be any undefined because I had it set to overflow and I was getting extra wheat and carrots. We're clogging it up. So this needs to be changed to any undefined. And boy, this is tedious. I really need to think about integrating larger blueprints. Like I think instead of building the mergers onto belt tower or a belt stack like this, what I should have done is blueprinted all of this right here and then just run the belts between them. Then I could pick which speed belt I want for every single section. That would have been smart. Yeah, there it is. All belted up. And I think I got all the splitters right. I had to move the top level to go across and then back because otherwise they were going to clip into this layer. And I think it's pretty cool. Especially when we have stuff going on, we're gonna have belts zipping all over the place and I can't wait for that. So now I just need to belt this all up underneath fully and bring trains in. And like I said, I'm gonna go fetch the dirt from the northern forest and the eastern part of the northern forest over there to get the jars of peat dirt, and then we'll bring those in here. And then we're gonna grab the bog earth from down there and finish hooking that up. Okay, I think it's time. I've just finished up some really boring rail work. I added a loop-de-loop around over there at Cryotech, or before Cryotech. Another one over here, so that connects the subway to the over-the-road railway system, which now heads way out to the northern forest and gathers up all the dirt we need. You've seen me build plenty of miners and train stations already, so I just cut that part out. But I think it's time to start setting up the train. So let's do that. Train timetable. We've got the train right here, okay. Now let's edit the timetable. It needs to go to bed farms, loading, and then back here to receiving. And that should be it. I think it's as simple as that. I do want to name it Mud Runner. And turn on self-driving. Let's see what happens. It's not going. Oh god, I messed something up. Well, that did it. I think I just turned it off and turned it back on. Or something. No, these are on unload. It was... I meant to watch it. Oh, I'm never going to catch it. Let's see if we can catch it outbound. Okay, yep, it went down and did the loop-de-loop there. Because I just... The trains are all set up terribly inefficiently. But I think that's okay. Because, you know, I've mentioned it before, my dream of having the trains just going back and forth every which way. Let's go catch it here on the way out, though. I know I've admitted this before as well, I also don't have a ton of experience with train lines. I never really sat and took the time to run anything more complicated than straight lines. So let's see if this loop thing works. It is. I've messed up a signal, it appears. And there she goes. It's gonna go fill up our dirt. Okay, awesome. Let's get back, and I think it's time to start building farms. Okay, we're gonna need some room to work. Oh boy, I love that. It's crazy. I'm gonna need a lot more concrete. And look at that, we need 9,600 jars of dirt just to make one tower, to make 48 of the crop plots. We're gonna have 11 towers. And that's a weird number. So going out from the center here, center there, center everywhere. Where's the center? Here's the center. I was at the center. My God, this project is, I'm going batty. So what I mean to say is that going out from the center here, we could have maybe 5 on this side, 5 on this side, and then 1 at the very end. I think that'd be kind of cool. We don't necessarily need to leave too much room. Autosave. We don't need to leave too much room, I don't think, between this and the towers. But I also, similar to going from the seed extractors over here, kind of want to have it a little bit spread out. Then again, those belts are really expensive, and I'm tired of hand making them. Okay, so we need farming platforms. And they are, if I recall correctly, 4 by 5. Is that right? Yeah, 4 wide by 4.5 deep. So let's, I really don't want this to look plain. So let's do a think. Let's do 4 by 4.5. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's get some foundations. I'll show you what I have in mind. Alright, if we want to make octagons, which are 8-sided, 360 divided by 8 is 45. Okay, and because we're doing 45-degree turn, we need to use the DC1 method for curves and not the total eclipse method. Okay, it's coming back to me now. Forgive my brain. Alright, we need to place the center, see the yellow? We need to place the center on that corner, and we do that by putting one right there. Okay, now we can get rid of this. Put it on top of this, and now we're going to hold left control so we have a fine movement. And we need 45 degrees. Each click is 5 degrees. So we need 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Okay, so now we have the rotation we need. So now we need to move the foundation back to where we want it. Oops. So we will put it back using that. Okay. And now, if we drop this down, we have a 45-degree curve. Excellent. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to have 4 on each one. So 1, 2, 3 more. And now we'll do this curve all the way around. Okay, I finished that first one, and I think just for ease, I'm going to build a blueprint which just has the 45-degree curve at this corner. So it'll be really easy just to plop more down. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so let's see. I think 5 sections like that, maybe, between floors. Let's see. Something like that. We'll get this filled in. Okay, that fills in the floor. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I want one more. Alright, let's try that with all the corners. Okay, now we can fill in the next floor. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, let me fill in this next floor, and then I'll look at decorating more. Okay. Boy, we have a lot of just concrete. I need to color something, texturize something. Okay. Now I think for the farming platform, yeah, I think just line it right up in the center there. Alright, hex frame windows I think are going to look pretty cool. If you recall, I said I wanted this to be white. I'm not really sure how I want to do that. I'm thinking maybe something like that. Okay, I am loving this. Loving it. Alright, so we have a floor level, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is the floor level. We have 1 here, we need 11 more. So 11 times 6 is 66. So if we just go up 66, we should be good. And then we'll take a road barrier. 1 right there. We'll replace it with a hex frame window. And then we will zoop it up 66, 64. This is awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to go around the edge and zoop everything up to that level, and then we'll fill in the floors and check it out from there. Let's see, this one's got to go 67. Oh man, that took forever, but look at it. I love it. It's not the best, but it's fine. And sometimes that has to be good enough. And now I only have to build 10 more. Holy crap. I'm going to work on it a bit, though. I'd like to get all these done for this episode. I've used a lot of resources. I think I'm going to have to take a while to build up the dirt. Actually, the dirt probably can build up between building each tower, because this took me a couple hours. But look at it. Next, we need to figure out how to belt it, but I suspect I'm going to use floor holes and conveyor lifts, and then just zigzag back and forth, feeding all the inputs, and then zigzag back down to collect all the outputs. And yeah, boy, this was a pain in the neck, but it was really cool. And I think it's going to look awesome. Let me show you how it looks from afar. Seriously though, this is taking forever. Running back and forth and getting resources is a pain in the butt, and I haven't even started needing the Mark IV belts yet for this part of the project. But look at it! I'm kind of thinking of doing each tower a different color, maybe? I don't know. The white looks awfully sharp. But yeah, the farm moves along. I guess. I'm really torn. I think I'm gonna keep building towers. And yeah, you've already seen me. I showed you the design process of how I did the tower. I'm just gonna replicate it. And I even showed you I took the time to make a blueprint. So making the original octagon at the bottom, and then I'm gonna zoop it straight up. That should be pretty easy because of that blueprint. So love it. The blueprint is really handy. I just wanted to give you a quick preview of how it works. You just plop it down like that, align it, and then I'm doing 4 wide, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I've decided to lay them out in an octagon pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll have 3 in the middle or something. I haven't fully decided. Who knows, I might regret this. They're getting awfully spread out. Oh my god, this is gonna take me days. But look, this one's so cool, and they're gonna be cool. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. This is the layout. I put the octagons in an octagonal pattern. But then I had 3 more and I didn't know what to do, so I panicked and I put them in the middle. And again, it's not very interesting stuff. You've seen me do it all before. So I'm just gonna get these all filled in, and if something cool happens, I'll show you. Otherwise, I'm excited to get back here and show you the 11 towers of food production. Wait. Who am I making all this food for? Alright, things are coming along. I'm belting up the first tower right now. And I've made a horrible mistake! Look at this stupid oversight on my part. 5 wheat seeds, or excuse me, 10 per minute wheat seeds become 10 per minute wheat. And 2 biomass capsules. But if you remember, there's 4 plots on each one of these, which means that's 48 per minute. 48 times 10 is 480, our max belt speed. Which means that I can only run 10 of these plots before my belt gets full. You'll see the biomass capsule there, the evil culprit. So what I've decided to do, because I've already built all the towers and I don't know what to do, is after the 10th one, which is right here, I put a smart splitter to peel off the biomass capsules. And this will drop us below the 480 per minute limit. And then we can go over here and pick up the 11th and the 12th machines. And then I'll have another smart splitter probably out here. So I'm going to run the belts from the center here out this direction. And then they're going to go up to every single one of the plots in the towers, and then the wheat, or the product, will come back down, and then send out the back. And then when I get them all belted up, I'm going to, oh, a little sneak peek right there. Yep. When I'm going to get them all belted up, and then we're going to send it elsewhere. I think probably over into that next block here, because this complex has already grown extremely massive. Well, wow. So the towers are mostly done and mostly functional. There's a mathematics error I made. Whoops, who could have foreseen that? It only took me literally 3 weeks to complete these towers, and I'm exhausted. I'm so tired of doing them. However, to wrap the whole complex up, I want to add some sort of security fence. And I found a cool hexagonal decoration thing on the integrated calculator, or interactive calculator, I mean. And I think I want to use this as a fence. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I guess put it like this. And let's test that out. Oh, it's green. And I don't love that split in an angle. But I also don't want to take the time to fix it, so it's going to be okay for right now. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool, kind of futuristic, vibey, giving me this planet. I'll add a bunch of neon signs and lights and stuff later to give it more of a cyberpunk feel to fit in with the rest of the city. But yeah, anyway, here is Bed Farms.